Okay, everybody, it's Aaron here. Going to go over a quick resource on how to set up an Edmodo account and navigate through it fairly quickly. I know a lot of you wanting to jump on this. This is a good interactive collaborative solution for you and your students, and student collaboration as well for the new Common Core curriculum and with the implementation of using it in technology. Kids got to do homework every night, so this is a way that you can actually reach out and communicate with teachers, other teachers, but mainly with your students and parents as well, on a level you never could before. So basically you would connect by signing up. Okay, first of all, you create a username. It can be any username you want. You type in your password here, get it right the first time because you only get one chance. Okay, the next line down that normally is confirm password is actually email. Then you're going to do your title, which would be Mr., Miss, Ms. or Doctor, of course, and then first and last name. By default, it says you agree to our terms and privacy policy, and then you'd sign up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use my wife's account that I helped her set up. And basically, when you first log in, you're going to see this exact same interface. Okay, but what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to actually create a few things. Number one, you're going to have to identify your URL. It's going to ask you to identify your URL. So how you would do that is, okay, you would click on the part where it was claim your URL. On mine it said change, but that's only because I've already claimed it. But basically with her URL, if you look up here, is edmodo.com/cholland. Okay, but you would want to claim it in a way, hopefully, that is tailored to your name, depending on who you are. You may have to add a couple of numbers or letters or whatnot after it, but try to be original and be short. That's the key to it, to help your kids get to it easier. Of course, if you're just going to link it to from your teacher page from your main school site, or use a QR code, it's not going to matter anyways. Okay, so basically, going back to that, once you claim it, you're going to have it right here. It's going to say it. In the About section, you're going to notice there's nothing there, and you're basically going to edit it and just throw a little bit of information in there. What school you teach at, what your subject is. That's kind of what I did. Okay, and once you do that, you would click save, obviously. But what you're going to want to do is look at the top here. And I know I'm kind of moving fast, but I want to get as much information in as possible in that little amount of time. Okay, this is the main navigation at the top. Your interface and your student's interface look totally different. Okay, you've got your profile, your account. If you look at your account, you can go to settings, and this is where you can actually add. Obviously, we want to change our country to United States. Okay. And up here, one of the things that I noticed that you might want to do with notification type, this is for email. Okay, you can do a drop down, you do text message. This is important because you can actually have it to where you get text messages when someone does any of these. Okay, so you would choose your email, your cell phone provider, which ours is Verizon, and then you would do your phone number and then save notifications. Okay, it's that simple. Also pick, since I'm here, might as well show you, you can upload your pick, right? If you had one. If I had one for her, I would, but for now I'll just do the Apple. Okay, I should probably like that one better. and then you would say personal info. Okay, and that's it on that. Okay, your profile obviously is what I just showed you. Home is your key. If you notice, the interface is set up a lot like Facebook. That's right. Everything is at the top. You know, when you would send a message or post a status, I akin note to status update. So you would send a note. You got 5 communications: note, alert. Alert would actually be a text message type. That's why it's 140 character max. Alerts would be something that would shoot out to students and parents, depending on how they set up their student accounts. And it's just a notification. You know, maybe you're out for the day, or maybe you're extending a deadline on something. Then you have the assignments area, or I'll go into detail on that in a minute. You can create quizzes on this thing, which is very cool, very intuitive, very easy. And then finally polls. And I've done a few of these to give examples, but basically, as a note, the main communication to remember is you only communicate with groups or individuals, or should I say teachers, okay, that you already know. Okay, so Carrie currently only has Miss Holland's class and Miss Carrie Holland. Okay, those are the only 2 that she would be able to communicate with right now by default, because that's all that's in her list until she gets some of her students enrolled and some fellow teachers. So she would say, hello there, welcome to my first Edmodo note posting. Alright, and you can actually add a file if you wanted to. Right? Okay, that's from your computer, or you can use library, where I've already have a few. I've got the link, okay, to the website, and I also have the a PowerPoint that I uploaded as well. Okay, but just for argument's sake, let's go ahead and do livebinders.com. Okay, and that at least will have the link there for them. Alright, send to, she's going to obviously start with the MRS. Now you've got Miss Holland's class and Miss Holland's class parents. Okay, so this means that you're actually, by default, if you send to Miss Holland's class, okay, that means that it's only going to send to her class, meaning her kids. Okay, now if you wanted to send a note to the parents as well, right, you can do parents as well. Okay, that's how that works. Okay, yeah, and there's Carrie Holland there. Okay, so she technically could do that there. When you go to send, now check this out, you can always double check what you're doing. It tells you who you sent these to. Me, meaning Carrie Holland. It sent it to Miss Holland's class and Miss Holland's class parents. Okay, actually it's from her too, sorry. And of course she has full options to delete. She can link to this post in another post, of course, and add posts to the library. You know, I akin this to kind of being able to show some evidence of some things later on when you're talking about Common Core and evidentiary items to show administrators that your students and you are doing the collaboration thing with each other, and them with each other as well. So it's very beneficial. This whole thing on being able to collaborate both within the 4 walls of the school and without, 7 days a week, anytime, anywhere. It's just intuitive, and it's innovative, and it's awesome. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you, basically you have to create a class. Okay, I forgot to tell you that part. When you first come in, you're going to want to create your class So like basically if your name was, you know, Mr. Guerin, you would name it Mr. Guerin's class. And of course grade, he teaches ninth grade, and his subject area for him will be English. So unlike Carrie, who would have where's it at? Language arts. Okay. Subject. There you go. English. So you can get as specific as you want, or you can just do grade level. Like for Carrie, she did fourth, and select area will be all because she teaches more than one subject. So you can't identify it down to one single thing. Okay? So this gives you an idea, and you'd hit create, and then bam, it will be created. So basically, like I said, Carrie created Miss Holland's class. Alright, and this basically shows all of the postings she's done thus far in Miss Holland's class. And of course members here. It's just her right now, but that will grow eventually. Alright, so you know now how to update your information there, change your pick. You definitely want to link your phone for alerts, because you never know as far as email if and when you're going to get it. So that would be best if you do that. That way if a parent tries to get a hold of you for whatever reasons, or a student, you can at least have that information fairly quickly with your cell phone, because let's face it, who doesn't have their cell phone? Alright, so back to it. If you notice how I did that, I clicked on latest posts. Let's say you happen to get lost and you can't get to where you can post again, just hit home. Okay, it's not doing that, so you're gonna have to hit latest post. Sorry. And that allows you access back up here to be able to hit note, alert, assignment, quiz, or poll. Again, the 5 communications and the 5 ways to do it. And polls are real easy. I'll go ahead and do the poll I did before. Was this video informative to you? Answer 1 will be yes. Answer 2, no. Alright, and you can actually add answer, and you could say maybe. And then you would just hit send to, obviously, Miss Holland's class. More than likely a lot of hers are going to be just for her class, okay? And if she accidentally puts one in there, she can just hit the X. Alright, that's how easy that is. Very intuitive. And she'd send it. And again, from me, meaning Carrie, to her class. Was this video informative to you? Yes, no, maybe. And she sees the votes. How many were yes? How many were no? How many were maybe? Okay, and she can just keep going. She can actually reply to it. She could share it to other groups as well. Again, the more collaboration you have with other teachers within your school or even in other schools, you can see the potential for this thing on a you know, county to county scale, within the county and within the state or country. Really, I guess technically you could even say globally. And that really puts us in a position where we could communicate with people, have a pen pals type scenario, where it's fully guarded, fully secure. No information is shared that the teacher doesn't know about, that they can't screen, so nothing inappropriate is going on, and that's the best part. But back to this, going back to the library, you're going to click on library here, and this is where you actually start putting all your stuff. The easiest, by far the easiest way to do this, folks, if you don't have Google Docs, if you're unlucky enough not to have Google Docs for education, which we don't, but go ahead and create yourself a free Gmail account, or link your current email to Google Plus, and it's free to do, and it gives you 5 gigs of data that you can put any information up on the web to Google Drive. Link that to your Edmodo account, and I got news for you. You've got all of that data available to you right here on the spot on the World Wide Web, available to you anywhere. So that's a cool part, because then if you have all of your Word documents, PDFs, Excel spreadsheets, or the Google variation of them, which again they're all compatible and interchangeable, that's an awesome part of it. PDFs work in this scenario. Again, you can actually pre-save in your library. If you add the library, you can actually upload files. Okay, this time I'll actually go to my pictures, and you can actually just upload pics. Okay, and I'm actually uploading this picture to my library. Okay, but check this out. You can go ahead and put links on there that you're going to use in a classroom. Alright, and it's going to put them up there for you. See that? And it actually makes a kind of like a little thumbnail for you already, which is very, very intuitive. Again, if you see stuff attached to posts, this shows you on here. You can have your group, Miss Holland's class, or all groups. Okay, meaning obviously I shared one with Miss Holland's class parents as well. Okay, alright. So you can have your favorites, just creating internet favorites here. Obviously add the library again, go to link, CNN, well, www.cnn.com. okay, and that does it here. Put your favorites here. Okay, and this way you can, and again, all this is just putting in a little bit more organization. That way it's not just in your library like this. It's a little cluttery. So keeping your favorites, meaning favorites everyone would just identify as, oh, internet favorites. Okay, and then I created her an English and a social studies area where she could actually add files. Okay, and by doing that she would just, you know, add. Let's go ahead and upload. Let's go ahead and do this one. Let's do art. Okay, and this gives you an idea of what happens when you upload a file. I probably should have done a social studies based document. Oh, come on, don't do this to me. Yet again, what we face every day at our schools: slow internet. So sad. Alright, I'm going to click cancel on that. I'm not going to do that right now. Post attachments. Alright, I kind of get it now. Basically what it's saying is I've got to add it to the library first and then to there. So what I can do is add files from here and then put the folder here. You see that? And I can move it to English. Apply. Okay, so when I go to English, it's going to be there. See that? I get it now. Alright, that was me. It's my mistake. Alright, so back to the calendar. If you notice, well, before I show you that, I had created assignments. Basically, I created assignments by this is what I did. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and show you in real time. Assignment title, Hobbit, Chapter 5, revised. Because, and then the description of the assignment is, this is what I wrote: download and view the attached presentation. At the end are a series of questions you will need to answer. Please answer them and submit the answers back to me by the due date. Okay, due date, we're going to make the let's go and make that one the 24th. Give them till Saturday. Alright, the file is going to be, I just, for the argument of it, I just use this to upload Miss Holland's class, and then you're going to go to send. Okay, and it's actually uploading the PowerPoint. Okay, and now you see where it gives you a due date of the 24th of November. 0 students have turned in. Of course, there's 0 kids right now in her class, but this gives you an idea. Every time she comes to the page, it'll tell her how many kids turned it in. Okay? And she can do replies and say, okay, kids, you got 2 days left. Might want to get on this. Okay? But that's how you would do an assignment. So basically, I could see you finding forms that you already have in your classroom in the form of Word, Excel, or PowerPoints that have questions already on them. And you can actually upload those documents, give a brief description about the assignment on what's expected. You know, do questions 1 through 10, odd numbers only, and give the assignment a title. Pick a due date, upload your file. You can add a link as well, where you could actually say, you know, go to this website, view this video, then read, you know, view the PowerPoint and answer the questions at the end. There's an endless number of things you can do. Okay, that's just with assignment. Then of course quiz. You can create a quiz. I'll just show you real quick. You have a multiple choice, true, false, short answer, or fill in the blank. Multiple choice, obviously. Add first question. When is the winter solstice? Response, January. March. You would hit add response, December, or none of the above. See how this is? And of course your correct answer, you would just make sure that whatever the correct answer is, you would set as the correct answer. See that? Alright. Then you would add, that'd create question number 2. When is the summer solstice? June, July, April, May. And I believe it's June 21st, but y'all gonna jack me on that one. I know it. Alright, so this gives you an idea. And what you would do here is just make sure and name it up here. Solstice quiz 1. Okay, gives them 60 minutes to do it, and then you would assign a quiz. Okay. Alright, remember, due date. Let's go and make this one the 25th. Now check this out. They have several things that are due that I've already created basically for her. Alright, so you would go to the calendar now just to give you an idea. And on the calendar, parents can go to this calendar and see everything. Questionnaires due, right? Hobbit Chapter 5 revised is due. Okay. And then the Hobbit Quiz 1 and the Solstice Quiz 1 are due. Shows you exactly when they're due. And of course it highlights the day that we're in, the 20th. So again, I like the interface mainly because it's a one-stop shop for everything. Highly interactive, highly intuitive, and collaboration on a level that you can't just attain in the classroom, but you can take this thing as far as you need to go with it. So that part is what I feel is very cool about it, and I feel a lot of teachers could make good use of it. So hopefully you got some good information out of this and see something you might see as useful. Thank you for watching.